Hello everyone, welcome to Chelsea Sport Focus. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of breaking news. Let's get started.
Final chance. Chelsea given one last shot to sign Victor Osimhen after Galatasaray agreement. £47 million decision opens door for shock blue move. Large blue circle cross swords hash. In what could be one of the most dramatic transfer twists of the summer, Chelsea have been handed a final lifeline to land long-term target Victor Osimhen, despite Galatasaray agreeing personal terms with the Nigerian striker and pushing hard for a deal. After months of speculation, tension, and tactical transfer maneuvering, the Stamford Bridge hierarchy now faces a critical moment: act fast or miss out forever. Following an eye-watering £138.5 million attacking spree, many believed Chelsea had ended their pursuit of Osimhen. But with Galatasaray's £47.3 million, €55 million, bid rejected by Napoli and the striker reportedly uninterested in a move to the Saudi Pro League, the window of opportunity is slightly ajar, and Chelsea still have a shot to pull off a late-game masterstroke. Hourglass with flowing send large blue circle. Bomb Galatasaray strike first, but fall short. According to renowned journalist FABRIZIO Romano, Turkish champions Galatasaray have officially submitted a bid worth £47.3 million for Osimhen, sweetened with add-ons. The club also reached a personal terms agreement with the 25-year-old for a 3-year deal that would see him return to the club he played for on loan during his early European career. However, despite Galatasaray's confidence and aggressive approach, Napoli swiftly rejected the offer. The Serie A club continued to demand Osimhen's full £64.5 million, €75 million, release clause, leaving the Turkish side in a bind and keeping the striker's future in limbo. Osimhen, who has scored 65 goals across his last 3 seasons and helped Napoli win the Scudetto in 2022-23, remains one of the hottest strikers on the market. And now, with Galatasaray short of Napoli's valuation and Saudi clubs circling without the player's commitment, Chelsea's moment has arrived, but only if they act quickly. Police cars revolving like Moneybag. Chelsea's summer spree, 5 signings, and counting. So far this summer, Chelsea have flexed their financial muscles, spending over £138.5 million on 5 new players. Liam Delap from Manchester City. João Pedro from Brighton. Jamie Bino-Gittens from Borussia Dortmund. Mamadou Sarr from Lyon. Dario Esugo from Sporting Lisbon. These deals show a clear focus on young, versatile attackers with technical ability and long-term upside. However, critics argue that Chelsea have focused heavily on potential, but not certainty, especially in central striker areas. With Nicolas Jackson still inconsistent, and both Christopher Nkunku and João Felix not viewed as natural number 9s, the lack of a proven, world-class finisher remains a concern. This is exactly where Osimhen fits the bill, and why his name has never truly disappeared from Chelsea's wishlist. Chelsea's exit plan, the key to everything. Chelsea's ability to move for Osimhen now rests entirely on who they can sell, and how fast they can do it. According to Football.London, Chelsea are actively looking to offload at least 5 first-team players, including Christopher Nkunku, João Felix, Jord Petrovic, Raheem Sterling, Noni Madueke. Madueke in particular appears close to sealing a move to Arsenal, having already agreed personal terms, with an official bid from the Gunners expected any day now. If Chelsea can bring in £40 to £50 million from that sale alone, it could create immediate breathing room to revisit Osimhen negotiations. Nkunku and Felix were rarely fit or featured prominently under Mauricio Pochettino last season, and neither are central to Marresca's long-term tactical plans, opening the door for exits. If those deals are completed swiftly, August could become a transformative month, not for trimming, but for high-impact replacements. Ice. Cross swords hash. What would Chelsea do without Jackson? There is also growing uncertainty around Nicolas Jackson, the Senegalese striker who scored 14 goals in all competitions last season. Despite moments of brilliance, Jackson's inconsistency in front of goal and lack of composure in tight games has raised questions about whether Chelsea should double down on him, or move on. The answer? Possibly both. Chelsea could sell Jackson or bench him long-term if Osimhen arrives. The Napoli forward brings elite hold-up play, devastating pace, positional intelligence, and most importantly, a proven goal-scoring record at the highest level. If Chelsea want to compete at the top again, Osimhen might just be the final piece of their attacking puzzle. Bullseye. Repeat button. Who would come in if Madueke leaves? With Madueke likely on his way out, the club is also keeping tabs on wide forward options. The names mentioned include Alejandro Garnacho, Manchester United. Dynamic, explosive, still raw but with immense upside. Malik Fofana, Lyon, one of Europe's top teenage winger prospects. Mohamed Kudus, West Ham. Though Chelsea like him, the Ghana international is prioritizing a Tottenham switch. The exit of Madueke and potential ban for Mykhailo Mudryk leaves Pedro Neto and Jamie Gittins as the only pure wide options, an issue Marresca will surely want to address quickly. Chart with downward trend risk of losing Osimhen, and repeating history? Chelsea have been burned before in the striker market. From missing out on Erling Haaland to the disaster-class signing of Romelu Lukaku, and now with clubs like Manchester United hovering in the background, the risk of letting Osimhen slip away to a rival, or worse, back to Turkey, could haunt the club for seasons to come. There is a final chance here. Galatasaray haven't met the price, Osimhen hasn't agreed to Saudi Arabia, and Chelsea, despite having spent big, still have the financial power and ambition to pull this off. Pushpin final verdict, a defining week ahead. Chelsea's transfer summer is on the edge of either brilliance or disappointment. A lot hinges on the next 7 to 10 days. Will Madueke's sale to Arsenal be finalized and fund a winger replacement? Will Chelsea sanction exits for Nkunku, Felix, Sterling, and others in time? Will the club make a serious Osimhen bid before Galatasaray or United complete a deal? Will Al Hilal swoop in last minute with an offer Osimhen can't ignore? Alarm clock. The clock is ticking, and Chelsea must decide whether to stand firm with their current squad, or go all in for the kind of striker who could make them contenders again. If ever there was a time for decisive action at Stamford Bridge, this is it. Blue Heart Victor Osimhen, one last chance. One final window. Will Chelsea take it? Chelsea can complete £50 million Madueke transfer this week as double Osimhen update rock striker plans. Blues summer window hits tipping point. Chelsea's 2025 summer transfer window continues to deliver drama, twists, and surprises, and the latest developments could mark a crucial turning point in the club's strategy. With several deals already completed and more high-profile exits potentially on the horizon, Football.London has shed light on two major updates that could reshape Chelsea's attacking setup: the possible £50 million departure of Noni Madueke to Arsenal, and a renewed but uncertain link to Napoli striker Victor Osimhen following Galatasaray's failed bid. The Blues are transitioning from a phase of acquisition to squad balancing and sales, but this next week could be decisive in unlocking the club's next major move, and it all hinges on Madueke, Osimhen, and Chelsea's ability to act quickly in a volatile transfer market. Chart with upward trend football. Repeat button. Chelsea shift focus to exits after early business done. Having already brought in exciting young talents like Dario Isugo, Mamadou Sarr, Jamie Bino Gittins, Liam Delap, and João Pedro, Chelsea's aggressive early approach has slowed down in July. The club has shifted gears, with the next phase of business centered on player sales and wage structure optimization. Enzo Marresca has made it clear, the squad needs trimming before any further attacking reinforcements arrive. Among the players linked with exits are Christopher Nkunku, João Felix, and now Noni Madueke, with the latter emerging as the most realistic and imminent departure. Waving hand sign. Pound Madueke to Arsenal deal edging closer, £50 million transfer could be sealed this week. According to Football.London and ESPN, Arsenal are closing in on a surprise deal to sign Chelsea winger Noni Madueke. The Gunners have already agreed personal terms with the 23-year-old, who is open to making the short trip across London to reunite with former admirers in North London. While the two clubs still differ in their valuation of the player, with Chelsea demanding £50 million and Arsenal hoping to land him for around £40 million, the gap is not seen as insurmountable. There's optimism a compromise could be struck this week, making Madueke one of the highest-profile exits of Chelsea's summer. If he is sold, Chelsea are likely to make a profit on a player that is not a guaranteed starter, writes Football.London. As for Arsenal, they will likely feel they're signing an exciting winger with huge potential yet to be unlocked. Selling Madueke would not only inject cash into Chelsea's budget but also free up space for another attacking signing, whether that be a direct replacement out wide, like Malik Fofana or even Alejandro Garnacho, or perhaps someone more central. Either way, his exit is now being seen as a trigger for further activity. Open door briefcase. Bomb Osimhen latest. Galatasaray bid rejected but door remains slightly ajar for Chelsea. Meanwhile, the long-running Victor Osimhen to Chelsea saga has taken another twist. Turkish champions Galatasaray submitted a formal bid to Napoli for the Nigerian forward, valued at €50 million, £43 million, plus €5 million, £4.1 million, in add-ons, but their offer was swiftly rejected. Napoli remained firm in their valuation, with a minimum of €75 million, £64.5 million, required for negotiations to progress. Transfer insider FABRIZIO Romano reported that Galatasaray are not giving up, with a fresh approach plan that includes an improved payment structure and possibly a higher base fee. More interestingly, despite the rejection, Osimhen has already agreed personal terms with Galatasaray. A 3-year contract is reportedly in place, meaning that only the club's agreement is holding the deal back. This development appears to put Chelsea in the rearview mirror, unless they move fast. Hourglass with flowing sand, window of opportunity shrinking for Chelsea. Football.London adds, Osimhen arriving at Stamford Bridge is hard to imagine following the latest development in his future. With the signings of Delap and João Pedro, and Nicholas Jackson still on the books, the only pathway to a new number 9 appears to involve selling Jackson or another attacker. Chelsea now find themselves at a crossroads. They are reportedly not pursuing Osimhen at full speed unless a striker departs, and with no imminent sale of Jackson or Broha, it's likely the club will remain on the sidelines unless something changes drastically. Chart with downward trend. While Saudi Pro League club Al Hilal are still showing interest and are willing to pay the full €120 million release clause, Osimhen remains reluctant to move to Saudi Arabia, preferring European competition. This gives Chelsea a glimmer of hope, but time is running out. Scales # tactical shift under Marresca impacting transfer priorities. Enzo Marresca's tactical system, which emphasizes fluidity, press-resistant attackers, and interchangeable forward roles, appears to be influencing Chelsea's recruitment approach. Instead of chasing a traditional out-and-out number 9, the club is exploring more versatile wide attackers and forwards who can drift across the front line. This is one of the main reasons why João Pedro was prioritized over Osimhen, and it's also why Chelsea's next signing, if Madueke departs, may be another young winger, not a striker. Names like Malik Fofana, Lyon, and Alejandro Garnacho, Manchester United, have entered the discussion, while Mohamed Kudus, once a strong Chelsea target, now seems destined for Tottenham, who are pushing hard to complete a £50 million deal. Pushpin what to watch for next. Will Arsenal and Chelsea reach a final agreement on Madueke? Can Galatasaray convince Napoli with an improved Osimhen offer? Will Chelsea re-enter the Osimhen race if Jackson is sold? Could Chelsea pivot toward another wide attacker instead of a striker? Will Felix and Nkunku both be moved on before the window closes? Alarm clock. The clock is ticking, the pressure is rising, and Chelsea's transfer window is reaching a critical stage. If Madueke's £50 million move to Arsenal is completed this week, it could open the door to one final big move. But if not, Chelsea may be forced to settle for what they've already done, and watch Osimhen dazzle in another shirt. Stay tuned, Blues fans. The next 7 days could define the club's entire summer. Blue Heart Cross Swords #.